Something very weird is happening in Hollywood right now, and no one is really saying it out loud. Every red carpet lately, same energy, same aesthetic, same disappearing bodies, and now the internet is clocking it in real time. Celebrities are getting called out for looking too skinny, and people are genuinely asking if everything is okay behind the scenes. First up, Demi Moore. She had everyone talking this award season. At the SAG Awards, better known as now the Actors Awards, people immediately noticed how thin she looked. You know, there were sharp collarbones, super narrow frame, and the concern only got louder at the Oscars. She wore this very dramatic emerald green Gucci gown with black feathers, and while it was stunning, fans couldn't stop focusing on how fragile she looked underneath it. And insiders are even saying that, you know, looks like that are sometimes designed to distract from extreme weight loss, not exactly comforting. Next up, Barbie Ferreira. This one shocked people. Barbie built her entire image around body confidence and rejecting unrealistic standards. So when she showed up looking significantly slimmer, snatched waist, noticeably smaller frame, people were genuinely confused, not in a judgmental way, but more like a, wait, what are we watching? You know, another body standard shift happen right in front of our eyes? Then there's Lizzo. She's been open about her weight loss, and she pulled up to the Vanity Fair after party looking noticeably slimmer. And listen, she's made it very clear she's doing this on her own terms, but you know, that didn't stop the internet from spiraling, of course, because even when, you know, the face of body positivity is shrinking, people are gonna start wondering if the pressure in Hollywood is louder than anyone's actually admitting. Now let's talk about Katy Perry. Fans have been side-eyeing her recent appearances, pointing out how much thinner she looks compared to before, and it's not just casual comments, it's like full-on debates online about whether this is natural, industry pressure, or something else entirely. I mean, maybe it's her new relationship, who knows? Either way, people are noticing the change, and they're not staying quiet about it. Then we have Christina Aguilera. Now, she's another one that sparked major conversation lately. Christina has always had a curvier, powerful presence, and now she's looking dramatically slimmer. Fans are split. I mean, some are hyping her up, others are very concerned. A lot of people are just confused about how fast the transformation actually happened. And finally, we have Oprah Winfrey. Now, she's been very open about using weight loss medication, and her transformation has been very visible, but her situation kind of opened the floodgates for, you know, a bigger conversation, because now people are wondering, you know, how many other celebrities are doing the same thing? Just, you know, without saying it. And that's where things start to feel a little off, because this isn't just one or two people making personal changes. This is like a pattern. It's a lot of celebrities now. A very specific, very noticeable shift back to extreme thinness that we had back in the 90s and early 2000s. I mean, it's happening very fast.
Scott Disick had a lot of people concerned over him as he appeared to be dropping weight rapidly. Now, he didn't look well as his face appeared to be sunken in and gaunt. Now, people were worried that he might have been taking substances and not taking care of himself. I mean, even during an episode of The Kardashians, Kris Jenner told Scott how worried she was about his recent appearance. But then it was accidentally revealed that Scott was taking weight loss medication, and that was the reason for his drastic body transformation. During a clip of the show with his fridge open, you can spot the medication. He went on to say, "I've gained a lot of weight here because of my back," he told Khloe and Kris, who were visiting his house at the time and checking out his eating habits. Now, in an October 2023 episode, Scott admitted to being barely mobile, telling Khloe, "Since the car accident, everything has changed. I haven't been able to run around, I've gained weight." But has he now gone too far now? Is this another addiction? Elon Musk said Ozempic made him fit, ripped, and healthy. Now, back in November, a side-by-side comparison showing how much weight Elon lost in recent months went viral online, and it left many wondering if he had undergone weight loss surgery. Now, he addressed the rumors via Twitter, and he insisted he had not gone under the knife. Elon said he lost almost 30 pounds while taking the medication Ozempic. A fan on Twitter asked what the secret was to his new slimmed down appearance. "You've lost a ton of weight, Elon. Keep up the fantastic work." To which Elon replied saying down 30 pounds. And when asked what made the most difference, he said fasting plus Ozempic/Wegovy and no tasty food near me. Then there's Fat Joe, except he doesn't really live up to his name anymore because he's lost so much weight. Now, Fat Joe admitted that he used Ozempic to help shed a whopping 200 pounds in an interview with Us Weekly shared on October 14th, 2024. Ozempic says you may only have 2 pieces of your favorite stuff, he told the outlet. Now, Fat Joe said that he's also focused on portion control and learning how to eat in moderation. During an appearance on the Today Show in August 2023, comedian Tracy Morgan admitted that he takes Ozempic. Ozempic did great by me and I was glad to use it. I take Ozempic every Thursday, he said. It cuts my appetite in half. Now I only eat half a bag of Doritos. Now, as for his gym routine, he added, I get up at 7 every morning and I'm in the gym at 10, then I go back to sleep. That's my life, he said. Now, it seems like he's been taking good care of himself, although in an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Morgan joked that he learned to out-eat Ozempic and gained 40 pounds from it. Now, he later clarified that this was a joke and that the medication was actually helping him lose weight.
Everybody in Hollywood suddenly looks like they survived a famine and a divorce at the exact same time, and the internet is convinced Ozempic is behind half of it. First up is Cynthia Erivo. Now, Cynthia has naturally always been very lean, but during the Wicked press tour, people online became obsessed with just how tiny she looks. Social media immediately grouped her into the larger conversation happening around celebrity weight loss and ultra-thin beauty standards returning again. And honestly, the timing is what makes everybody suspicious, because somehow the entire entertainment industry started looking dramatically thinner all at once. Next up is Ariana Grande. Now, Ariana sparked major concern during, recent award shows and her Wicked press tour appearances as well, because fans noticed how dramatically thinner she looked compared to just a few years back. Her cheeks looked more hollow, her facial structure looked sharper, and social media immediately went into detective mode. Now, Ariana has spoken before about people commenting on her body and how harmful that is for her and how harmful it can be, which is fair, but the internet has fully entered its, forensic era, and every red carpet photo now turns into a 30-minute investigation about cheekbones and collarbones. Next up is Mindy Kaling. Now, Mindy shocked people because her transformation happened incredibly fast. One minute she looked kind of, normal and healthy, and then suddenly fans were asking how she lost so much weight in such a short amount of time, and every celebrity claims the same thing: walking, drinking water, portion control. Meanwhile, they look like they lost an entire Costco family pack of body weight in 4 months. Fans especially noticed how different Mindy's face looked: much slimmer jawline, more hollow cheeks, and that is where this Ozempic conversation keeps happening, because rapid weight loss can completely change facial volume. Next up is Nicole Kidman. Now, Nicole has always been slim, but fans recently started pointing out that she looks noticeably thinner than before, and because every celebrity in Hollywood seems to be shrinking at the exact same time, people instantly connected it to the Ozempic rumors. I mean, at this point, if a celebrity loses 10 pounds, the internet acts like the FBI just opened a case file. Then we have Kathy Bates. Now, this one shocked a lot of people because Kathy revealed she lost weight over I think 100 pounds, and openly admitted that Ozempic helped her during part of that process. But fans were divided after seeing newer appearances, because while she looked healthier physically, some people felt the dramatic facial changes aged her significantly. And this is the part nobody in Hollywood talks about enough. Fast weight loss can sometimes make people look older in the face, even when they technically lost weight overall. Finally, we need to talk about Demi Moore. Now, Demi has always been stunning, genetically blessed beyond reason, but recent appearances had fans split down the middle. Some people thought she looked incredible, while others said the dramatic weight loss made her look older and more fragile in the face. And honestly, this keeps happening with these celebrity transformations. The body gets smaller, the face loses softness, and suddenly everyone starts looking exhausted instead of youthful. Hollywood really said, remove the buccal fat and pray for the best. I mean, the biggest plot twist in all of this is that some celebrities generally looked younger before the extreme weight loss, because skinny and healthy are not always the same thing, no matter how hard Hollywood tries to convince us otherwise, right? The photos are getting harder to ignore because the faces are changing faster than the stories. People keep calling Ozempic a miracle weight loss medication, but the internet is starting to notice a very specific pattern in the photos. And it's not just weight loss, it's the face, because across Hollywood, reality TV, and the influencer world, fans keep zooming in on the same thing over and over again. Let's start with Jonathan Van Ness. Jonathan Van Ness has openly confirmed using a GLP-1 medication after struggling with health issues and binge eating. He's spoken about losing a significant amount of weight, and in later appearances, fans pointed out a noticeably slimmer, more angular face compared to earlier seasons of Queer Eye. Then there's Serena Williams. Serena Williams has confirmed using a GLP-1 medication after postpartum weight struggles, and later public appearances showed a visibly leaner facial structure compared to her, playing years, sparking widespread conversation about just how quickly body and face changes can actually show up. Now, reality TV. Kendra Wilkinson has publicly shared that she tried weight loss injections as part of her wellness journey. Her more recent appearances show a slimmer face compared to her earlier reality TV years, and fans have frequently pointed out the change in facial fullness over time. Then there's Nikki Glaser. Now, Nikki Glaser, who has openly discussed and defended GLP-1 medications in interviews, helping push the conversation into mainstream entertainment where weight loss is no longer hidden but openly debated. Now into the influencer world. Alex Earle hasn't confirmed any medication use, but her rapidly evolving appearance has made her one of the most discussed creators online, especially in conversations about how quickly facial features can appear to change in the social media era. And Michaela Noguera, now she's also been, kind of at the center of constant online scrutiny, with viewers regularly analyzing changes in her face tied to lifestyle shifts, makeup techniques, and general weight fluctuation speculation. Now adding two more names from the influencer and YouTube world, we got Tana Mojo. Now has been a part of ongoing online conversation around dramatic appearance changes over the years, with fans frequently comparing older and newer content and debating just how much of it is lifestyle, editing, or body fluctuation in the influencer space. And let's talk about James Charles. He has also been widely discussed online for visible changes in appearance across different eras of his content career, becoming part of the broader internet conversation about shifting faces, filters, and fast-changing aesthetics in digital fame. And here's the bigger pattern, kind of tying all of this together. Doctors have reportedly explained that GLP-1 medications don't directly target the face, but when weight drops quickly, facial fat is often one of the first things people notice changing. The fat is what gives cheeks softness, structure, and that kind of familiar fullness people recognize on camera. When it shrinks fast, features can look sharper, more defined, sometimes even more hollow, and that's why these photos, keep going viral, not just because people are losing weight, but because their faces are changing faster than audiences are even used to. And in this age of constant cameras, side-by-sides, and viral screenshots, nothing stays subtle anymore. Not the transformation, and definitely not the reactions to it.
Sharon Osbourne is probably the poster child for Ozempic and how fast and well it can work. Although Sharon has seemed to go too far with it though, as she looks sick, not skinny. She's revealed that she's lost over 40 pounds on medication, and for someone who is already on the smaller side, this is concerning. But even Sharon knows that she's gone too far, which is a good thing, as she claims she's trying to get to a healthy weight to maintain. Now, typically Ozempic is meant to be taken long term, but Sharon stopped taking the medication after a year because she couldn't stop losing weight. "I'm too gaunt and I can't put any weight on. I want to because I feel I'm too skinny. I didn't want to get this thin, it just happened," Sharon said on Piers Morgan Uncensored. And when she was asked if being on Ozempic was a positive experience for her, Sharon was honest, replying yes and no. "I can't put on weight now, and I don't know what it's done to my metabolism, but I just can't seem to put any on because I think I went too far." Oprah lost a lot of weight very quickly a couple years ago, and everyone was convinced that she cheated by stopping Weight Watchers and getting surgery or using weight loss medication. Now, it turns out people were right, as during an interview in December 2023, Oprah said, "I eat my last meal at 4 o'clock, drink a gallon of water a day, and use the Weight Watchers principles of counting points." But then she went on by saying, "I now use an unnamed weight loss drug as I feel I need it, as a tool to manage not yo-yoing." The fact that there's a medically approved prescription for managing weight and staying healthier in my lifetime feels like a relief, like redemption, like a gift, and not something to hide behind and once again ridiculed for. Now, some fans though think that she has gone too far with her look. Rosie O'Donnell has also been raising concern about her rapid weight loss. Now, she's lost a lot of weight, but she has been open about using weight loss medications to help her. When buying new clothes, she said that she was undecided, as "I can't see myself in this new smaller body. I'm shocked that I'm a size 12. Monjuro is a lifesaver," she added. Now, in an Instagram post, she spoke more candidly about the change, saying, "I can't believe this is me now. I've lost more weight here. I'm on Monjuro for my diabetes, and one of the side effects is you lose weight. I am one of those people who's always had a weight issue, and now that I'm a size large instead of an XL or 2XL, I find it shocking," Rosie explained in a March TikTok. "I've been wearing elastic waist pants for a very long time," she said. And finally, Meghan Trainor is another celebrity who has gone too far. Now, she has admitted to using weight loss medication, and she is incredibly tiny now. Even though she's built her entire brand planned on not being the perfect size and loving her weight and her curves. Now, how she looks now is nothing like how she did at the beginning of her career, and it doesn't really follow her message of body positivity. Not to mention, Megan has actually tweaked one of the most iconic lines from one of her biggest hits, All About That Bass, which is a song about not being skinny. Recently, when she was performing the song live, she seemingly switched the line, "It's pretty clear I ain't no size 2, with "It's pretty clear I got some new boobs," and fans were just not having it.
These new photos are showing us who's clearly suffering from Ozempic hands, and it's pretty bad. Alright, let's talk about the side effect nobody put in the commercials. Ozempic hands. You know the vibe. Face looking snatched, jawline could cut glass, and then the hands pull up like, hi, we remember 2007. Now we have to start with Kelly Osbourne. Have to, because the new photos of her recently, her hands are out here telling a completely different story than her face. Her transformation has been dramatic, to say the least. She's been open about weight loss in general, but fans online cannot stop zooming in on her giant hands. They look thinner yet huge. Veins are so visible, skin very loose looking. And listen, that happens with rapid weight loss and aging, but social media, well, they said enhance, zoom, screenshot, post. Next up, Sharon Osbourne. Yes, we got mother and daughter giving a before and after duo nobody asked for, but everyone is analyzing. Sharon has publicly talked about using Ozempic and later stopping it, saying she lost too much weight. And people swear her hands changed right along with the rest of her. I mean, when weight drops quickly, you do lose fat in your hands too, and suddenly, you know, the tendons and veins are like, hey, we've been here the whole time. I mean, it's not filter-friendly area. The cameras are ruthless. Then we have Oprah, and whew, the internet detectives have been clocked in. Oprah has addressed using a weight loss medication as part of her journey, and while she does look incredible, people online started whispering that her hands look noticeably leaner in recent appearances. There's less fullness, more definition. Again, totally normal with weight loss, but you know, the internet loves a new phrase, and Ozempic hands has become the label. Kathy Bates is another name that got pulled into the conversation after her recent red carpet appearances. Now, she's lost a significant amount of weight over time, and she looks amazing, but side-by-side photos had people pointing out her hands looking slimmer and more just prominent. And here's the thing, hands age fast anyway. I mean, add weight loss and HD cameras and boom, you got think pieces. Now let's talk Jessica Simpson. She's been open about weight fluctuations for years, and after her latest transformation, fans started zooming in again, you know, in some photos her rings look looser, her fingers are more defined, and people immediately jump to conclusions. I mean, whether it's medication, diet, or just life, the visual change in the hands is what sparked the chatter. Scott Disick also got dragged into this because yes, men are not safe either. Recent paparazzi shots had people saying his hands looked thinner and just more veiny compared to older photos. Rapid weight changes show up in the hands fast, and once TikTok notices, it's over for you. And finally, we have John Lovitz, a more unexpected addition, but after his noticeable weight loss, people online started making the same comparisons. Fuller face gone, slimmer hands visible, and suddenly he's in the same slideshow threads, you know, as reality stars and moguls.
Number 10, Crystal Ren. The plus-size model seemed to stir up controversy and criticism online when she went from a size 14 to a size 8. Quote, "I think that by placing a title on my head, which is plus size, and then the picture that these people have created in their mind about what plus size actually is, I've basically just failed you with that." The model told ABC News that because she couldn't possibly live up to that, and that at this point she says she would actually have to have another eating disorder to live up to that expectation. Ren first started modeling at only 16 years old, and as a result, she struggled with in order to fit the mold of a sample model size, but she apparently still wasn't considered skinny enough in the industry and was almost out of work entirely. But Ren fought against it and eventually became an incredibly successful model at a size 10 to 14. But after dropping to a size 8, her agent Gary Decken told her that she was now in between plus size and sample size. Although she faced criticism for being too thin, Decken confirmed that the model is healthy and feels amazing. Number 9. Kelly Ripa. Live with Kelly and Ryan host is very used to people body shaming her and actually enjoys firing back at trolls. In an Instagram video of herself reading mean comments about her size, the actress said, quote, "I love trolling a troll, it is my favorite thing to do." This was all in response to one user complaining about the star wearing too much makeup, claiming that it made Ripper look like a wax figure. The host then made a joke that she actually wears more makeup than a wax figure, and she would know since there's a wax figure of her at Madame Tussauds. But most trolls attack Kelly's weight, with one user writing that they think her head looks too big for her tiny body. She then clapped back by telling them that 2 was misspelled. But unfortunately, she is all too familiar with the comments about her small frame. In fact, her husband, Mark Consuelos, even had to come to his wife's defense on Instagram in 2018 after several people would not stop criticizing the host for just being too skinny. Quote, "She works extremely hard in her professional life, and her commitment to exercise, healthy diet is admirable, and the benefits show." Gotta love that support from her husband, and that's really great to see. Number 8, Ariel Winter. When one person on Twitter pitted Ariel Winter against Ariana Grande, they were both labeled curves and sticks respectively. But the thing is that Ariel has also been on the receiving end of skinny shaming. The star of Modern Family shared a series of photos of herself on Instagram in January 2019, and she received a barrage of hate comments about her size, and people apparently weren't too happy with her new smaller figure. Fans flooded her comment section, calling her too skinny now and saying that she has lost her butt. A lot of people also took a more passive-aggressive approach when criticizing the young star and saying, quote, "I'm so sorry you felt the need to dramatically change your appearance," even adding sarcastically that they hope Ariel is happy now with her appearance. But it didn't stop there. Many people also accused the actress of resorting to plastic surgery to achieve her new look, and proceeded to call her a bad role model for other young women. But Ariel defended herself very well, saying, quote, "I appreciate you wanting to help girls love themselves the way they are, but you are also kind of cutting someone down, which isn't what I think you were trying to do." She then had to clarify that no, she didn't get plastic surgery, and reminded the same fan that their behavior wasn't an effective way to support women. Number 7, Gal Gadot. When the Israeli actress was first cast as Wonder Woman way back in 2015, the backlash she received online was swift, because many people believed that she was too underweight to play the DC Comics superhero. Gal was harshly criticized by superhero fans for being flat-chested, and ended up accepting that she was too skinny when she looked back at pictures of herself from 5 years ago. Weeks after the initial outcry, the now 37-year-old opened up for the first time on the body criticism that came with getting her breakout role. Speaking to Israeli television show Good Evening with Guy Pines, Gadot revealed, quote, "I represent the Wonder Woman of the new world," and when asked whether or not she would be gaining weight for the role, she said that she will only be gaining body mass and training very hard to build muscle. Then a few years later, in an interview, she looked back on the pressure to conform to what fans' idea of Wonder Woman was supposed to be. Quote, "They said I was too skinny and my were too small. They said my head was too big and my body was like a broomstick." But she went on to say that when it comes to criticism, she can take anything because it's just empty talk, and that she understands that part of what she's doing means being exposed, and part of being exposed is being under fire. Number 6, Emma Stone. In a 2014 interview with 17, Emma hit back at body shamers who were way too comfortable commenting on her body and criticizing her for losing weight. Most of the fans that jumped aboard the hate train were accusing her of conforming to the pressures of Hollywood and basically calling her a sellout. But Emma brilliantly shut down criticism by explaining that her weight loss was actually just a result of age and very natural, and that it wasn't about meeting societal expectations. Quote, "I feel it can be really challenging in today's world for anyone, especially girls and women, to feel good about their bodies." She went on to say that no matter how things look from the outside, we can all be super critical of ourselves and our image in the mirror, and that she's actually seen all of the various articles and comments that have addressed her weight and saying that she's caving to pressure to be thin. But instead, she insists that keeping weight on is a struggle for her, both because of stress and the fact that she's just getting older. She says that it's just the way that her genes have decided to go, and things will change as time goes on. The actress ended her comment by calling the statements completely completely untrue, and that's why she's defending herself. Number 5. Bella Hadid. Bella Hadid once again found herself on the receiving end of criticism from those who believe the model looks too thin. The negative comments came flooding in shortly after Love magazine posted a video on Instagram of Bella wearing a variety of revealing one-piece bathing suits that show off her frame and prominent hip bones. In the clip, the then 22-year-old model spoke about body image. Quote, "Growing up, I definitely was not the most confident person. I kind of was always searching, so I guess when I felt the most beautiful was very recently, in the past 2 years when my health was at its best." But the internet was way too quick to disagree with her, with one user even commenting that she was talking about self-acceptance as she's withering away to bones, and going on to blame the modeling industry, calling it barbaric and disgusting with its beauty standards. Another user wrote that the video represented an extremely unhealthy message to impressionable young girls, and basically blames Bella for looking the way she did in that swimsuit. After the backlash, the model later posted a photo on Instagram with a caption to slam those who made assumptions about her weight, saying that all body types are different and react differently to a great workout routine and a healthy diet. Number 4. Zendaya. In 2016, Zendaya and feminist comedian Julie Klausner got into something of a Twitter feud when she skinny shamed the Euphoria star for her appearance at the Kids' Choice Awards. In less than 140 characters, Julie managed to both skinny shame Zendaya and belittle the experiences of eating survivors. She tweeted, quote, "Zendaya's ultimate retort to Giuliana Rancic is starving herself down to the size of one of her elbows." If you're a little confused by that, the comedian was basically saying that Zendaya responds to Giuliana's criticism of her natural hair last year by losing weight. I mean, the tweet didn't really make a whole lot of sense, but she was probably just being nasty as a poor attempt at comedy or something. Add to the fact that she is supposedly a feminist, and it just comes off as really sad. She was trying to bring down another woman because of her size, and she probably thought that she could get away with it because it wasn't technically fat shaming. But just like the queen she is, Zendaya responded by educating Julie on why body shaming isn't a joke. Quote, "Do you find this funny? I will write another paragraph to educate you as well. Now everyone, go look in the mirror at their beautiful body and love that." Number 3. Bethany Frankel. The star of Real Housewives of New York and the founder of Skinny Girl Products, Bethany Frankel is among those who have been very harshly judged on the internet for being way too thin. Although she has received a huge amount of negative comments regarding her weight, she doesn't seem too stressed about it and instead saw it as an opportunity to talk about body shaming as a whole, responding to the criticism in a really thoughtful way. In an interview with the podcast Fortune Unfiltered, she said, quote, "I think being thin is a very, very polarizing thing. I think people get mad at you for it, or it makes themselves feel better if they can say, well, she doesn't eat, and she works out every day, neither of which are true." Hitting back at the rumors that she diets like crazy or deliberately starves herself, she told listeners that she in fact does eat, and insisted that she stays away from fat-free foods and instead just sticks to smaller portions of the food that she loves. Frankel said that she's also adamantly against weight loss programs. Quote, "The word diet has the word die in it, and it's a multi-billion-dollar business because diets do not work." Number 2. Leanne Rimes. After Dean Chalamet and Leanne Rimes divorced, many people became focused on the singer's weight. After taking to Twitter to share a photo of herself in a bikini in 2011, Rimes was hit with a barrage of comments calling her scary skinny. One user even tweeted, quote, "Sorry, don't mean to offend, but that's a lot of bones showing through skin." But people often fail to see the irony of not meaning to offend someone and then commenting on such a personal matter for them like their body weight. Rimes hit back saying that those bones were actually just her abs, and shutting down the unnecessary hate. Quote, "This is my body and I can promise you I'm a healthy girl. I'm just lean. Thank you for your concern, but no need to be," which is a great way to respond to such a ridiculous critique. Even though fans may have been genuinely worried about the star's weight, she surely didn't appreciate having her body labeled as scary. Often people use health concerns as a way to seem sincere with their comments, but the truth is it can also be a scapegoat for those same people just hoping to use the excuse to shame your body. It's really quite sad, but anyone that was truly concerned or worried about your health wouldn't take the time to insult you first. It's just so unnecessary. Number 1, Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham has spoken about the consistent scrutiny over her body throughout her whole career, in particular when she named a specific time when she was weighed during a TV show in the 90s. Yes, you heard that right. She told Vogue Australia, quote, "I went on a TV show with Chris Evans many years ago and I just had Brooklyn and I lost a ton of weight after. It happened to my mom after her pregnancy. It doesn't mean you have an eating disorder. And he made me stand on the scales to be weighed. Can you imagine doing that nowadays?" It's true that there's just no way something like that would happen today, but it must have been very traumatic for her at the time, considering the fact that she had just had a baby. And when talking about the constant comments about her body type, she said, quote, "I've had Porky Posh Spice on a headline, I've had Skeletal Posh. After I had Brooklyn, there was a picture on the front page of a newspaper pointing to every single part of my body where I had to focus on losing the weight from." Undoubtedly, Victoria's experience of body shaming was unacceptable, and things have certainly moved on in some ways since those days. Victoria even admits that nowadays there would have been an outcry if someone was asked to weigh themselves live on TV. But that's not to say that body shaming still doesn't occur on the regular. And she's absolutely right, because Victoria's experiences with skinny shaming represent all the pressure that women face in society to be the ideal weight. Number 10, Ariana Grande. The singer spoke up about skinny shaming when she saw a tweet comparing herself to Modern Family actress Ariel Winter. One person tweeted about being asked which one he would prefer to date, and he replied that he'd choose Ariel over Ariana because according to him, curves are sexy and sticks are not. Although he probably couldn't have imagined his tweet going viral, Ariana actually responded to him, only to condemn the comparison. Quote, "We live in a day and age where people make it impossible for women, men, anyone to embrace themselves exactly as how they are." She also had a great comeback for him, saying that misogyny, objectifying, labeling, comparing, and body shaming were definitely not sexy in her opinion. Her fans came out in support of her, which was good to see considering that in 2015, many took to Twitter voicing their concern when Ariana pulled up to the 57th annual Grammy Awards looking rather lean. When her own fans commented on her especially petite frame, Ariana said that it was because she had given up junk food. It's a little bit sad that she even had to explain herself. Number 9, Kendall Jenner. In 2013, Kendall opened up to Harper's Bazaar Arabia, revealing that she was currently dealing with skinny shaming. Quote, "I'm constantly criticized for being too skinny." The star told the magazine that while she is trying to gain her weight back, her body won't let it happen. She continued on, saying that what people don't understand is that calling someone too skinny is the same as calling someone too fat. And we can actually see that in a 2018 promo for Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian. The host revealed that Kendall had actually been battling skinny shaming since she was a child. According to Khloe, Kendall was always very thin and was actually bullied because of her weight. Khloe added that she thinks all forms of body shaming are wrong and that people don't sympathize when people are body shamed for being too thin, which is extremely true considering that people tend to make fun of those who say they are trying to gain weight for their health instead of lose it. So it's clear that despite being the highest paid supermodel of all time, even Jenner is not immune to being body shamed. Number 8, Sarah Jessica Parker. The Sex and the City star's weight has long been a topic of discussion since the series premiered in the 90s. In 2004, she sat down with Oprah and addressed the issue of women idealizing her thinness. Quote, "Actresses have this weight standard for professional reasons, but I think the standard is impossible for women in America. Parker recognizes that her size is not the norm for other women. In fact, she doesn't want women looking to her weight as if it is." She goes on to say that while filming Sex and the City, her job required her to put on a little dress and run around the streets of New York in heels. But she stresses that she also had the financial means to hire a yoga teacher to come to her house while a babysitter looked after her newborn baby. Quote, "For 95% of the world, that's not realistic." Parker also recognizes that there are likely genetics at play. While the actress admitted to People in 2008 that she eats seriously everything, she said that she thinks she just has a predisposition to being slim, which was overall a very honest way of looking at it. Number 7, Ruby Rose. The Australian model and actress Ruby Rose is all too familiar with being skinny shamed throughout her career and just simply existing as a public figure in general. After posting a photo of herself on Instagram in October 2017, you can guess the kind of body shaming she received. Several Instagram users rushed to the comments to call the actress anorexic. The sad thing is that Rose did in fact take notice of all the accusations being tossed around and felt that she needed to share a message with fans in an Instagram story. She wrote that it's so frustrating because she says she just doesn't get upset at the criticism itself, but she hates it because it worries her fans or shames them. Quote, I hate it because it uses no logic and basically is just someone projecting their experience and expectations on others. The actress explained that she really does eat a healthy, plant-based diet and doesn't drink alcohol or eat processed foods, also adding that she used to be a boxer and she recently trained very hard for her role in several action films. Number 6. Angelina Jolie. Unfortunately, after her mother passed away from ovarian cancer in 2007, Angelina Jolie lost weight. But even under those tragic circumstances, her weight loss was noticed and harshly criticized. The actress was kind of pushed to speak up about her body, telling Grazia, quote, I have always been lean and this year I lost my mother and I've gone through a lot. The star's weight loss was not intentional, but it was actually because of grief, which is something that she was adamant about clarifying. She goes on to say that she's not trying to look thin, but that she's trying to work through a very difficult year. Angelina further expressed that she found it disturbing that people wouldn't first consider if a person who had lost a lot of weight might be going through something traumatic, which is completely true as no one ever thinks that there might be another underlying reason to somebody being thin. Number 5. Lucy Hale. When the Pretty Little Liars actress shared a photo of herself on Twitter in September of 2017, one man commented on the post saying that no straight men are signing off on that anorexic look, before asking Hale to please eat a hamburger. But as you could probably guess, the celeb was not feeling that horribly offensive message. Quote, as someone who used to struggle with anorexia, I don't take these comments lightly. I'm healthy, I'm happy, and you don't know me. Then in a separate tweet, Hale really stood up for herself and made it clear that she wasn't just going to accept body shaming, writing that she is disgusted that a man would even think of saying these absolutely awful words to a woman, and that he should be ashamed of himself. Although the problematic Twitter user obviously didn't welcome her opinion, Hale's fans and the Twitter sphere in general at least got the message. Many of her fans not only came to her defense, but they also expressed their gratitude for her decision to stand up to the person criticizing her body. Number 4. Gigi Hadid. The model seemed to cop the worst of both worlds when it comes to body shaming. In February of 2018, Gigi revealed that she was once considered too big for the industry. She clarified on Twitter, writing, quote, for those of you so determined to come up with why my body has changed over the years, you may not know that when I started modeling at 17, I was not yet diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease. Gigi said that those who felt that she was too heavy to be a model were actually seeing water retention and inflammation, which are all symptoms of her thyroid disease. In addition to being thought of as too fat, Gigi has also been considered too thin. In a separate tweet, the model said that since her health has improved from her teenage years, she's better able to manage her condition, and her outward symptoms have dissipated. Quote, I may be too skinny for you, but I feel healthier internally. Later, the supermodel urged people to have more empathy for others and to lift up those that you admire rather than be cruel to those that you don't. Very wise words. Number 3. Celine Dion. When photos of the 51-year-old singer from last year's Met Gala surfaced, people noticed that she had in fact lost weight. This got them curious as well as concerned for her. Celine Dion has addressed her weight loss and reassured her fans that she is doing well. She emphasizes that she eats healthy and works out regularly. The iconic singer's response to others' criticism about her weight was all very well done. If you think about it, throughout her whole career, she's had to defend herself from critics saying that she's too skinny. So by now, she would have some pretty epic comebacks up her sleeve. In a 2019 interview with Dan Wootton, Dion said that those who don't like her looks need not be bothered. Quote, don't take a picture. The star further revealed that she's just experimenting with different looks because naturally she wants to feel attractive. She added, quote, I'm doing this for me. I want to feel strong, beautiful, feminine, fierce, and sexy. According to the icon, it's not about being thin or too thin, it's about feeling your best. Number 2, Doja Cat. Doja Cat is sick of trolls at this point who are commenting on her body online, and she's taken to social media to call out people doing it. On June 25th, Doja went on Instagram Live, and she used it as an opportunity to address people who think it's okay to make remarks about her weight. The 26-year-old filmed herself sitting at her laptop while she got Siri to recite a passage that she wrote in response to people saying she's too skinny, and making creepy comments about her body. Via Siri, she says that people constantly bring up the fact that she's skinny because they think that it's their place to speak about it, but she clarified that it's down to her decision to eat more healthy and work out. Quote, "I used to be thick, and that's forever going to be your problem. Your problem, not mine." She goes on to say that while the internet is suffering about how her body looks, she's happy and living her best life. She even called commentators creepy when they say they prefer how she used to look, because it has nothing to do with her own health or happiness. And coming in at number 1, Sarah Hyland. After she was accused of promoting anorexia with her appearance, Modern Family's Sarah Hyland took to Twitter in May of 2017 to finally respond to some of the barrage of body shaming that she's been receiving online. Quote, "I don't normally comment on things like this because it draws attention to those trying to spread negativity, but I'm here to explain a few things and spread love." At the time, the actress wasn't ready to share all of what she's been going through, but she did tell her fans that she's been on bed rest over the course of several months, and as a result, had lost a lot of muscle mass. But it wasn't until late 2018 when Hyland was actually ready to openly talk about her health struggles. The actress told Self magazine that she had received a second kidney transplant and underwent several surgeries, including one for endometriosis and another for an abdominal hernia, within the 6 months before the interview. Of course, all of this intensive surgery meant that it was quite drastic on her body, and she ended up losing a bit of weight. It's a little depressing to realize that Hyland's body was being criticized at the very same time she was striving so hard to heal.
In our number 10 spot, we have Mary-Kate Olsen. It was early 2004, and Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were receiving one of their biggest awards to date. It was a big accolade for them, their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Don't know how much they care about it now that they no longer are acting, but YOLO. I will never forget it, because instead of celebrating the billionaire twins that convinced all of us 90s kids to run to Walmart to buy their clothes because they were so cool, instead of celebrating a huge moment in their life, every tabloid everywhere focused on how thin Mary-Kate was. She had an opened back dress on, and every tabloid was zooming into her ribcage and commenting on her body. It's all anyone talked about for weeks, months even, because that's what we were being bombarded with. At this point in the 2000s, this was the dawn of Us Weekly and the paparazzi. I feel like Brit met K-Fed during this time, so all anyone did was, read gossip magazines. Anyways, poor MK was ripped apart, and I bet you anything that contributed to her and her sis making the final decision to leave acting forever. So sad. I truly wish they had like a YouTube channel or something. I miss their content so much. Die-hard Olsen fan, run her. In our number 9 spot, we have Natalie Dyer. In 2016, when the epic drama Stranger Things came out, the world was instantly obsessed. I myself watched it twice back to back because I loved it so much. Along with everyone commenting on how amazing and unique the show was, people were also putting in their 2 cents about Natalie Dyer. Natalie Dyer has always been known as someone to be rather thin, however in Stranger Things people noticed that she got even thinner than normal, and a lot of people took to Twitter and commented on how skinny she was. People were unhappy that she was casted in the lead role and spoke about her management and how they should be making sure that she's well instead of making her work. Now some argue that they were speaking from a place of concern, but others were coming from a place of judgment. It's been 4 seasons and she is still dealing with this feedback from fans. In our number 8 spot, we have Sarah Hyland. Over the years, Sarah has been under a lot of criticism for her weight. In fact, people literally said in 2018 that she was promoting anorexia
anorexia. This is probably the most ignorant thing of all time to say to someone whom they don't even know for sure if she's struggling with it. Because if she was, it's a mental disorder, and putting her under more mental stress from the worry of the statement could be extremely detrimental to someone struggling with it. In our number 7 spot, we have Angelina Jolie. Angelina's small frame has been the subject of criticism for years. In Angelina's case, so much of the world remembers how strong and fit she was in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and so people think that her weight loss shows that she's ill, but the actress has always been thin, and people fluctuate over time. People have been brutal in calling her sick and anorexic. Apparently, Angelina has admitted to trying many different cleanses over the years, and so that would definitely contribute to weight loss, but it's no one's business. Angelina has never fought back against the comments, but sources have said that she's gone to many doctors and she's been told that she's healthy. In our number 6 spot, we have Denise Richards. Denise Richards has been a very popular actress and model since the 90s, and she's always been a skinny girl. At some points in her career, she has become very thin, and the public was not nice to her about it. She was often called shockingly thin by the tabloids, which feels like they were trying to insult her, but in the nicest way that they could. Typical Hollywood. Denise has had to deal with so much bad press over the years because of her relationship with ex Charlie Sheen, and so many have commented that the stress of that, along with all the regular Hollywood pressures, probably contributed to her losing weight at times. In our number 5 spot, we have Kate Moss. Kate Moss, the longtime Calvin Klein jeans spokesperson, has been accused of being anorexic so many times over the years that a trend was formed after her called as people that would do the illicit drug would look as skinny as her. Pretty horrible, and such a telling of the times and how harsh the tabloids were. Kate was known as being one of the most skinniest supermodels of all time at one point, and the world never seemed to stop talking about it. When asked why she was so skinny, Kate merely said that she was not anorexic, but that she just didn't eat because she was working too hard. In our number 4 spot, we have Zendaya. Probs, one of my fave celebs in the world right now. Zendaya has unfortunately had to deal with so many people skinny shaming her over the years. One time in particular was by a comedian actress named Julie Klausner in 2016, who calls her a thinspo model for your impressionable teens and accused her of, quote, starving herself down to the size of one of her elbows. But Zendaya, who's just awesome, wasn't having it. She took to Twitter to respond, and she said, "Do you find this funny?" Damn. She then further commented, "Now everyone go look in the mirror at their beautiful body and love that. Hashtag thick girls winning, hashtag skinny girls winning, hashtag we all winning." God, I love her. In our number 3 spot, we have Kate Middleton. This one shocked me, as I've always had the impression of Kate Middleton looking thin but normal, not too skinny. It's really quite sad to hear that people are always commenting on her weight and shaming her for being too thin. Apparently people were also commenting when she was pregnant, saying that her baby bump wasn't big enough. What do you even say to that? I'm sorry folks, I will do better next time. How can one have a baby bump that is too thin? That is in no way anyone's control. Or is it? I don't know. I've never been pregnant, but I don't think so. And that is just so silly to hear, and so sad that the British public and the world wouldn't leave a soon-to-be mother alone during a beautiful time in her life. Super disappointing. In our number 2 spot, we have Kate Bosworth. Oh my gosh, do you all remember the movie Blue Crush? Till this day, it is one of my favorites. I hate surfing, but man, does that movie make me want to surf, and Kate is amazing in that movie. It was after that movie that Kate lost a little bit of weight, and the public had so much to say about it. People would comment that she was wasting away because of how different she looked. I cannot believe that anyone could have the audacity to say that about any person. That is truly so horrible, and you just never know what someone is going through. I remember she got hounded for her weight for a very long time, and once again, this was during the same crazy paparazzi time of the early 2000s. Celebrity females of this time had to deal with so much and were so heavily criticized. I'm so thankful that we are living in a much better time now. In some ways, obviously, not in all ways. In our number 1 spot, we have Keira Knightley. Bend It Like Beckham was the movie of 2002. I was obsessed along with the rest of the world. Keira Knightley was one of the actors in that movie, and I remember how harsh people were on her about her weight. She was constantly labeled as anorexic, and people didn't really leave her alone much till Pirates of the Caribbean stole the hearts of people everywhere. But even after that, the tabloids still called her too thin. Keira once talked about how she was always skinny shamed and said that dealing with all that was so hard and that she would never encourage her future hypothetical teen daughter to pursue acting because of the pressure and criticism.
Starting off this countdown, we have Rebel Wilson. Rebel Wilson said that 2020 was the year of health for her and decided to document her weight loss transformation on social media. Now, Rebel has had it rough for years. She was constantly fat shamed by the media, and she said that people treated her differently when she lost weight. She said, and I quote, "Sometimes being bigger, people didn't necessarily look twice at you. And now that I'm in a good shape, like people offer to carry my groceries to the car and hold doors open for you." I was like, is this what other people experienced all the time? Not only that, but Rebel couldn't lose weight while she was filming Pitch Perfect. Her character's name is Fat Amy, and well, according to her, she couldn't gain or lose 10 pounds, which is insane. Hollywood was literally controlling her appearance. But after Pitch Perfect, Rebel told herself it was time to lose weight. Now, this decision was made by her desire to be a mom. Now, Rebel has polycystic ovarian syndrome, which can affect fertility. Well, during a visit to her fertility doctor in 2019, she was told that she would do much better if she was healthier. She said, and I quote, "I was taken aback. I thought, oh god, this guy's so rude. He was right. I was carrying around a lot of excess weight." It's almost like I didn't think of my own needs. I thought of a future child's needs. That really inspired me to get healthier. From there, she dropped more than 70 pounds. She said that she did so by eating healthier and focusing on physical and mental self-care. In our 9th spot, we have Demi Lovato. Now, in the past, the singer and actor revealed that her weight does fluctuate and that she has suffered from bulimia. In March of 2021, she posted on Instagram showing off her midriff, saying that she accidentally lost weight, which was most likely stress-related. Lovato then went on to embrace her naturally curvy body, which is gorgeous. But just recently, Lovato showed up to the Hugo Boss runway show in Miami looking thinner again. Demi rocked a sleek white crop top that showed off her midriff, and she paired this with a flowy maxi skirt and a sheer coat. She looked dang good. And she seems to be doing good as well. She revealed that she no longer counts calories, she no longer over-exercises or restricts/purges. And she doesn't live her life according to the diet culture. Amen, Demi. The way it should be, I'm proud. Coming in at number 8, we have Jonah Hill. Back in 2018, Jonah Hill announced that he was starting to transform his body with martial arts. On social media, he wrote that he was trying to train 4 to 5 times a week. He continued on saying, and I quote, "At 35, I try and get over the stuff that made me feel weak and insecure as a teenager. It's just wasted time and lessons you'll never learn. Trying to let go of that." In 2021, Jonah really slimmed down. In fact, he took to Instagram to say how proud he is of his weight loss and of his body. He posted an image from the Daily Mail that was talking about him surfing in a wetsuit and a paparazzi photo of him shirtless. He responded to this saying, and I quote, "I don't think I ever took my shirt off in a pool until I was in my mid-30s, even in front of family and friends." He continued on saying that his childhood was filled with insecurities. I mean, he was constantly bullied by the media for his appearance, but now he's not bothered by any of this anymore, which is amazing. Coming in at number 7, we have Kelly Osbourne. Now, Kelly's drastic weight loss shocked fans. In 2021, she posted a photo to her Instagram, and fans were confused. And that's because she didn't even look like herself in this photo. One Twitter user wrote, "Amazing what surgery can do," while another asked, "Did you also get lips done or makeup done all around them?" look way different. Someone else added, "Who is this? I'm very confused." Now in the photo, Kelly's face looks very slim, but also it looks like she got quite a lot of work done. Now what I find crazy is that Kelly said that people cared more about her weight than they did when she was suffering from addiction. This just shows you how messed society is. Now Kelly is very open with her weight loss. She said that she underwent weight loss surgery. She got gastric sleeve surgery, which basically a part of the stomach is removed to reduce its volume. Now when you get this surgery done, it can be hard to keep the weight off. But Kelly says that she changed her diet as well. She is now on a plant-based vegan diet and also does intermittent fasting. Not only that, but she beat her addiction to alcohol, which has also helped her figure. And at number 6 we have Khloe Kardashian. Now we have seen Khloe's figure change quite drastically through the years. Sometimes by Photoshop, other times by surgery. Now the press always had it out for Khloe. They often labeled her as the ugly fat sister, which negatively impacted her and her confidence. For years she felt the need to diet or lose weight to prove herself to the media. She told the media that she started focusing on losing weight after her divorce from Lamar Odom. After that she lost 35 pounds. Her secret was working out. She used working out as a coping method from all the stress from the divorce. But some fans have gone too far in their speculation about Khloe's method of losing weight. Some have accused her of undergoing weight loss and cosmetic procedures. Others think that she was being very restrictive with her diet and excessive at the gym. Nowadays, Khloe said that she's at the point where she loves her body and she's more confident. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with June Edith Shannon, who we know best as Mama June, aka Honey Boo Boo's mother. The reality TV star started her weight loss journey with the show Mama June From Not to Hot, which don't get me started on how toxic this show is, basically saying that the only way she could be hot was to lose weight. Anyways, as part of her glow up, Mama June decided to undergo gastric sleeve surgery and then she later had a tummy tuck. As a result, she went from 500 pounds to 150, a huge difference. But she later revealed she didn't feel healthy being at 150. She said, and I quote, "Yeah, when I was a size 2 at 150, I was way too damn small. Now I'm 250 and I feel good. Even when I was 500, people didn't believe I was 500. She now is no longer focusing on her weight. Instead, she decided to shift her focus to beating her addiction." In our 4th spot today, we have Adele. Adele first started losing weight in October of 2019. While doing so, she kept it all on the down low. That was until Christmas of that year when she posted a photo on Instagram showing off her new figure. Her weight loss started after her divorce from her ex-husband. From there, she started to lift weights and do circuit training. She said, and I quote, "I do my weights in the morning, then I normally hike or I box in the afternoon, and then I go and do my cardio at night. I'm an athlete." Now Adele didn't do any magic diet or fad. She lost the weight by consistently working out for 2 years. Now she said this amazing quote which I think everyone should hear. She said, "I was body positive before my weight loss and I'm body positive now." Amen to that. We need more celebrities promoting body positivity and loving yourself no matter what your size is. But it's sad that celebrities feel forced to lose weight. In an interview with Oprah, Adele revealed, and I quote, "My body has been objectified my entire career." But in the end, Adele revealed that she lost the weight for herself, not because of the media's pressure. In our 3rd spot, we have Drew Carey. Comedian and game show host Drew Carey lost 80 pounds in 2010 after being on a strict diet and exercise. Now his reason for weight loss was because he said that it sucked being fat. Now that's a really harsh statement and it seems a bit fatphobic to me. In an interview with People magazine, he said, and I quote, "I like being skinny. I was sick of being fat on the camera. I just got sick of it." So his reason for weight loss was because he didn't like the way that he looked on camera. Like I've been saying, celebrities feel pressured to look a certain way for the cameras, which really affects their confidence levels. Now, Carey took this weight loss seriously. He was on a very strict diet. He cut out carbs completely. He didn't have corn, beans, or starches of any kind. He would snack on fruits and veggies and turn to egg whites or Greek yogurt for breakfast. He also does about 45 minutes of cardio when he can. Not only that, but he didn't drink anything but water. No milk, no coffee, tea, soda, alcohol, nothing. In the end, he actually beat his diabetes. He had type 2 diabetes, but not anymore. Coming in at number 2, we have Chris Pratt. Fans were left speechless and wanting more when they saw Chris Pratt turn his dad bod into a trim body with six-pack abs. He did this for his 2014 role in Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyways, Pratt revealed that he actually had to gain weight for his role in Parks and Rec. He hit about 300 pounds, and that's when he said, and I quote, he felt impotent, fatigued, and emotionally depressed. I personally find it crazy when celebrities drop their weight drastically or gain weight drastically, all for movies or TV roles. Like, that is not healthy at all. Especially when they go from one extreme to another. When he auditioned for the Marvel movie, he knew that he had to lose the weight. So he worked with a trainer 6 days a week, 3 to 4 hours a day, going through extremely vigorous workouts. In the end, he lost 60 pounds in 6 months and kept it all off for his role in Jurassic Park. And in our number 1 spot today, we have Mindy Kaling. Now, Mindy actually sparked a lot of controversy regarding her weight loss, and that's because fans are convinced that she did this in unhealthy ways. It all started when she made an appearance at the Oscars. Her dresses were stunning, by the way. But anyway, people quickly jumped online and started gossiping about her appearance. Viewers speculated that she was using Ozempic, which is a brand name for a diabetes and weight loss drug, meaning a number of celebs probably use this drug for their weight loss. But as of now, the actress has not address these rumors. But when speaking about her weight loss, Mindy said, and I quote, "Honestly, I didn't really do anything differently. I eat what I like to eat. If I do any kind of restrictive diet, it never really works for me. I just eat less of it." Mindy also revealed her bad relationship towards food and exercise, saying that she would overeat or eat as a coping mechanism, and she would look at exercise as a punishment. But now she has changed her outlook of eating and exercise, and it allowed her to lose more than 40 pounds.
Now, first on the list, we have Sarah Hyland. Now, Sarah Hyland was accused of promoting anorexia in 2017 after uploading a photo on Instagram that showed her very, very thin body type. Now, she was body shamed by haters on the internet, and it got so bad that she wrote an open letter on Twitter saying she was accused of promoting anorexia, and ironically enough, an anti-bullying post. She wanted young girls to know that that was not her intention, and her circumstances have put her in a place where she's not in control of what her own body looked like. She went on to explain that she was struggling with kidney dysplasia and had to get a kidney transplant. So after the surgery, she went on to bed rest and lost muscle mass since she could no longer work out, which caused her to lose a lot of weight. Now, Hyland then asked for privacy as she got healthy both physically and mentally, and Hyland is still not back to her normal weight, but is adamant about calling out body shamers and is happy with the process she's made and the fact that she's alive. Now, up next, we have Kate Moss. Now, Kate Moss has literally been quoted saying, "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels," so it is no surprise that she has gotten way too skinny in the past. Now, her infamous quote was made during an interview with fashion news website WWD, and of course she faced major backlash. Eating disorder charities like Beat called her comments dangerous and unhelpful for young girls that may be suffering. Now, Moss became the face of the H trend that started in the 90s, but she had maintained her position that she had an eating disorder, nor did she actually do H, but just didn't eat because she was too busy. Now, she told Interview Magazine, "I was never anorexic, so I was never that skinny. I was never bony, but I remember thinking I don't want to be this skinny. I didn't eat for a long time, but that was not on purpose. I was just constantly doing shows and flying economy, and no one ever fed me." Next up on the list, we have Nicole Richie. Now, everyone remembers the shocking 2006 photo of Nicole Richie running on the beach wearing a bikini where her weight loss was unexpected. Now, she was just one of the many other young celebrities like Lindsay Lohan battling eating disorders in 2006, and it's reported that Richie got down to a very alarming 88 pounds. Now, thankfully, she was able to get help and went to rehab that year to battle anorexia. Now, over the years, her weight had continued to fluctuate, causing others to fear that she may have relapsed. Then in 2017, after she posted an Instagram video looking scary thin after rehab, she told Vanity Fair, "I know I'm too thin right now, so I wouldn't want any young girl looking at me and saying that is what I want to look like. But I do know that they
will, which is another reason why I really need to do something about it. I'm not happy with the way I look right now, and with the help of a nutritionist and support of her family, the mother of 2 is finally at a healthy weight again. Now up next we have Whitney Cummings. Now, Whitney Cummings gained 25 pounds in 2015 after realizing that she was getting way too thin. Now, she explained on the Today Show that being on camera messes with your perception of your body and that she was convincing herself that she needed to lose weight. Now, Cummings even opened up about her eating disorder in her memoir, I'm Fine. Other lies explained in interviews. It didn't occur to me that I had an eating disorder even though I almost exclusively ate sugar-free Twizzlers and Diet Sunkist. Now, thankfully, Cummings gained weight and is living a healthy lifestyle and looks absolutely amazing. Now, next up, we have Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham is one of the few Spice Girls who is still celebrated not only for her style, but also continuing happy marriage to David Beckham. Now, her life seems perfect, but she seems very open about her past struggles with eating disorders while she was in the band. Now, in her memoir, Learning to Fly, she described that she would be in the gym. And instead of checking her posture or position, she was always checking the size of her bottom or to see if her double chin was getting any smaller. She also explained how it was her bandmate Gary Holloway that encouraged her and Mel to do liquid diets and focus on their weights. Now, Beckham was actually able to get healthy, but then in 2017, looked super skinny again, causing concerns that she was less than 100 pounds. Now, up next, we have Lindsay Lohan. Now, Lindsay Lohan's life and career has been a roller coaster full of drama. Now, from partying and substances to her weight, she was all over tabloids in early 2006 for her crazy antics. Now, people were worried about the start when she was seen getting skinnier and skinnier during the time where rumors of her substance abuse were going around. In 2006, Lohan addressed the rumors and admitted to Vanity Fair that she was struggling with bulimia and had experience with substances, but it was only in the past. She explained how people around her were concerned with her health and said everyone was scared and I was scared too. She said she literally had people sit her down and say something bad is going to happen if you don't take care of yourself. Lohan was always in and out of rehab for the next few years after that and continuously struggled with personal issues, but has thankfully never been as thin as she was in 2006. Next up, we have Denise Richards. Now, Denise Richards used to be a bigger, curvy girl, but in 2013, her thin frame gained national attention. Now, in photographs of her arms hit newsstands, people were asking what was wrong with her. Now, tabloids got so bad that even Charlie Sheen felt it was necessary to tweet and defend her and wrote, "Stop the insane reports of Denise's weight. She is so healthy." And if there's one person who knows health, it is definitely Charlie Sheen. Now, Richards defended her weight on red carpets and told reporters that she just had a very healthy lifestyle and she was just very busy, but people were still always concerned. Now, Richards took some time away from the public eye and also put on some healthy weight. But then in March 2018, photos of her and her new guy were posted on where she looked very healthy and very happy. Next up, we have Nick Carter. Now, Backstreet Boy Nick Carter's little brother Aaron Carter tried his best to stay relevant, but it wasn't until his 2017 DUI and substance arrest that he made national headlines again. Now, his mugshot was sad and he looked like he desperately needed help. Now, photos of Carter were in tabloids everywhere and he looked sickly thin and clearly using substances. Now, he appeared on The Doctors in 2017 and tested positive for substance use. Now, he actually addressed the comments people had been making about his appearance and broke down saying, "I'm concerned about my overall health because people tell me I look like I have or I look like I have cancer, or I look like I'm dying, and I didn't realize I was only 115 pounds. This is terrible, and I wasn't even looking at myself in the mirror because I didn't like the way I looked," and he said this all while crying. But luckily, since 2017, Carter had got himself together, he had gained 30 pounds and announced that he has new music and a sense of worth and sobriety, and he cannot wait to finish 2018 strong. Up next, we have Kendall Kardashian. Now, not all the Kardashians were thick and built. Kendall Jenner is an unstoppable supermodel, but in 2015, people were wondering if she was getting a bit too skinny. Now, it was reported that France enacted a law that required models to have a BMI, which was body mass index, of 18 in order to walk the catwalk, and at the height of 5'10", Jenner would have had to have been 125 pounds. Now, Jenner's body fluctuates from skinny to skinnier, and she is constantly under public scrutiny for either being too fat or too skinny. But after after she posted a photo in 2018 with a slightly bloated tummy on Instagram, she was forced to call out body shamers, claiming that she actually looked pregnant. And last on the list, we have Anne Hathaway. Now, Anne Hathaway went from playing nerdy princess to a badass action hero and had a successful acting career with little drama. But in 2010, she started looking a little frail at events. Now, she has been criticized in the past for telling young stars to lose weight, and people started wondering if it was actually her fault. Now, Hathaway had previously declared that she had hit the point in her life where she understands that being skinny is not sustainable, nor is it advisable or enjoyable. So her sudden weight loss was very surprising. Now, Hathaway's weight has also fluctuated because of the roles she played. So she worked out 5 days a week and followed a very strict diet regime to get in her catsuit for Batman: The Dark Knight Rises in 2012, but then she had to lose another 25 pounds to play a dancer with tuberculosis for another movie role.